Sunshine and Calamity Gaming.
That is Sunshine, and this is Calamity, and today we are going to play Dark Souls 3.
Hi. Hi. I'm Sunshine. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you know that?
No. I did know that.
Yeah, I'm like, we've established this. It's only been in the works for a little bit. We've established this.
I don't know. We're starting Dark Souls 3. And this is the story of Dark Souls 3. I would read it, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Personally.
You could have played all 3 games, and it still wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Probably not. I mean, if you really look into it, it has really good lore. But I don't like to look into it because I like this game.
The
for
lore
other
is
reasons.
the lore is hard to find. You have to really be looking for it. I like my story to be spoon-fed to me.
Yeah. Like a helpless child.
Yeah, exactly like that,
See,
actually.
Turtle Man, I think. I don't know.
This new Mario game looks amazing.
I was thinking Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, it's a little
That's
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-y.
They grew up. They're not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
This is what
anymore.
happens if Shredder wins.
No, Shredder already died. Turtles live a long time. Splinter's dead. This is the apocalypse.
It's
They're
like
still going.
middle-aged mutant ninja tortoises.
Yeah.
That was entirely too hard for me to spit out.
Yeah, probably.
A little bit. It was a mouthful.
This dude looks like a good time. Aw, I'm glad you snowed, buddy.
It reminds me of the bad guy from Fern Gully.
I was thinking of poop.
Well,
But yeah.
I'm like, it's just giving me all the Tim Curry.
These guys are cool. I like their hats.
His hat is very square. All their hats are super square. I honestly, when I started to
see
talk about
diamonds.
him, I didn't notice that there were others in the background. I have my glasses on. I just didn't see them.
Yeah. Oh, this dude's all like cool. I like Yorm, the giant. I mean, I've never played this game.
Secret's out. No,
not
it's
a
not
secret.
not a secret. I think. How many times have you played this now?
This will be fourth, fifth, maybe.
4th time. Well, the good news is now I won't have to have my phone out and be like, I think this is where you're supposed to go to get this thing from so and so.
Or
Now, I mean,
we're not doing an in-depth playthrough. I'm not 100%.
gosh, I hope not, because
I do think Yorm the Giant looks a lot cooler though than he ended up being.
he kind of reminds me of what the Witch King could have looked like in Lord of the Rings. It's like he kind of gives me some of that from some of the concept art that they had. A little bit. I'm not gonna try and convince you of a Lord of the Rings fact.
Yorm is a giant.
I know better
Katie.
than that.
Yorm is a giant. He's big.
I
the
mean,
Witch King is just a normal bro.
you can't really
He's a
get
normal
this
bro.
scale though from.
Yes, you can.
I
He is
mean,
giant.
if I
saw
watch
it.
TV or video games, like the average child, as far as I'm convinced, they're all like 6 inches tall.
Nah.
That's the actual size. There's little men inside the box.
But Yorm is a giant.
Okay.
It's even in his name. Which you don't know their names until you actually go and fight them. So
Again, I need my
yay.
lore spoon-fed to me.
All right.
What are
so
we gonna do here?
I will be doing what I always do and name my character Blurple. But this is my. I think I'm spelling it right.
When you say blurple, it makes me want a purple
Blurple.
flurp from Jimmy Neutron, which
Wait,
is
do you capitalize the J in Junior?
yeah.
And that's how you spell Junior?
Well, or it can be a caps or not caps R, but
It's
it
gonna
doesn't
be
matter.
one caps, one not. Junior, because there's already a Junior.
Oh, is Junior his middle name?
Yeah, sure. And his last name is Junior.
I'm not gonna question it. That's not no. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna question it.
I'm gonna play as a dude, cause whatever.
Didn't you play? You've played this as a female though.
That was my last character, yeah. Blurple Jr. And we're gonna play as deprived, because that's a sexy body, and it needs to show.
We've had many a conversation about everything that is
No.
wrong with the faces in this game.
There's nothing wrong with the faces. Look at that.
Actually, that last one kind of looked vaguely
Handsome.
Jackie Chan-y.
Was it?
A little bit. It was. I think it was the angle that you were at.
Yeah, I
Like
think
looking down,
so.
it kind of did.
Oh wow. He has trouble seeing. Ooh, a ghost man.
The eyes are creepy
Build.
on that one. Like they're big, they're dark.
Oh, large head.
Give him a huge head. You should build a gray.
No, I don't want to build a gray. This is a blurple.
Well, then why is his skin white? Oh my
Well,
gosh, Katie, you can't just ask people why their skin is white.
I'm working on it. I already did that. Voice, aged, physique. This is at the end of a. Ooh, yeah.
The thick body hair.
I dig it.
The happy trail from hell.
I need him to have a small head. It's a blurple trait.
Ah, just like his his father and his father before him.
Well, his father never made an appearance in a game, but his mom had a rather tiny head.
Who's the OG Blurple? Have you ever actually had a character named just Blurple?
Yeah, my first one. My first character's name is Blurple.
Okay. So, if he's Blurple Jr., then I said his father and his father before him.
Yeah,
That
but
would be Blurple Jr. and Blurple
Jr. was
himself.
a girl.
It's true.
I know it
We've
doesn't make
established
sense.
that. I'm gonna retcon that. Never mind.
Oh. I'm having trouble getting to the blurple color though. It's turning more pink than I wanted it. Maybe he could be like an outcast because his skin is bright pink.
Oh, last time we did this, we talked about the blue people of Kentucky? Was it Kentucky? Well, last time you played this and we were talking about Blurple.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the blue.
Obviously outside of the channel, since this is the first time we're sitting down to record. But
Totally.
absolutely. You know what? The lesson is never try.
Yeah.
And erase all evidence of any failures.
Yeah, back to the blue people.
But anyway, no, there's that family, I think it's in Kentucky,
Colored.
where they inbred so hard that all of the recessive genes that made their skin like really pale became super dominant, or like they were the only traits that were getting passed down, and they started turning blue.
That's
And
awesome.
it's really weird looking and disturbing, and it messed me up for a bit. And so now when I look at, well, Blurple's Jr. is pink now, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna be a different birth defect, but he still has to have the blurple name. Oh, there's back hair.
Oh,
I think. That's just a bad angle. I'm gonna pretend there's back hair.
there's definitely front hair.
Ooh, I'm handsome.
I do think it's weird that it's not like chest hair, though. It's just a happy trail that extends up to the sternum.
Yeah. Is that not how, like, chest hair works?
No. Ideally not. I mean, I'm going to have to be good at my editing to get rid of that.
Oh, that was nothing but dude.
About as anatomically correct as a Barbie doll.
That's just dude butt. You gotta do
I'm going to blur it out, though, just for fun. No, I'm not. I don't know how to do that yet. Sad face.
So I'm gonna start the game now. I created my character. I spent hours on it. And it was really good. I think character alone, 10 out of 10. Gameplay, probably 10 out of 10, but like, probably not.
I mean, be humble here.
Don't hate on me too hard. I haven't played this in a day or so.
Yeah.
Longer than that. It's been a bit.
What is the longest, since you own Dark Souls 3, what is the longest you've gone between playthroughs?
A year or so.
No.
It's an older game now. I'm not older.
No, but you played it, so,
Yeah.
like, you'll play it for stretches, so
That's
you'll start a game, and I think maybe the longest you've gone without touching it at all is maybe 3 months?
something like that. I don't know.
But not very long. Well, that's an eternity in your game. You can finish 3 or 4 games in between that,
I
but
do enjoy this game. It's a good game.
you always come back to it. I think there's something to be said for a game you can always return to.
Yeah. I like the first one. Well, I like the first one a lot, but I got so used to the mechanics of this one, I can't really play it very well anymore.
It's kind of like how when you played Bloodborne recently,
Oh,
you-
yeah.
it's like it's super frustrating to you because you're so used to how this game works.
I block. Ooh.
This kind of reminds me of when we were watching the teens react
Oh.
to playing this, and half of them were dead by this point.
Oh, they.
And then there was the one guy who they didn't show his playthrough until the end because he beat it all.
Yeah, he had already played the game.
Because yeah.
Now, I probably will die on the first boss, probably. Just,
I bet there's
heads
a
up.
challenge out. Sorry, I'm gonna keep interrupting you
Huh?
like I do all the time. I was gonna say, I bet there's like a challenge out there. Like, how long can you go in the game without any armor or anything? Just in a loincloth?
That is a thing, yeah. You beat the entire game with base stats, and you're not allowed to die or anything like that.
Full.
Some people even do it, well, I guess there was a dude who supposedly did it by just punching people.
That's awesome. Although I feel like there's some of those. Well, I was about to say I feel like there's some of those bosses who you can't do that for because they just aren't vulnerable to that. But I feel like I might have dreamed that.
You must have dreamt that. 'cause
I
you
feel
can,
like it's a
punch.
fiction I've told myself.
You can punch every boss. Till it's
What
gone.
game am I thinking of where they have like specific weaknesses?
I mean, this game they technically have specific. I guess certain bosses are weak against certain like fire, cinder, and ice, and all that shit. But nothing like bad where you can't punch them or something.
That's something you've played recently.
I don't know.
It's not Bloodborne, right?
No.
No.
Bloodborne, you can hack
Maybe-
and slash your way through it too. I do.
Maybe it was this, and I just had played up my importance a lot more in my head because I was like, I'm sitting here looking up what they're vulnerable to, and I'm contributing in some way, and I'm really not.
Oh.
I'm not even that bad of a distraction. It's kind of like a net gain of 0 for me to be here.
Your little friend, we are going to play a game.
That ledge is kind of what it's like to drive down Highway 10. You know, down towards Tahlequah.
Yeah.
That's what the road feels like.
What
Speed
is
limit's
on me?
45, but I never
Is
do
that
more than like
blood?
30.
Man, I got like a weird splotchy thing going on. I kind of like it though. I'm a leper.
I mean, you're bright pink.
Is there something wrong with being bright pink?
When you come from purple people, it just raises questions, okay?
Well, you don't gotta judge. Oh, I was gonna get.
I
that
wasn't
thing.
judging him. I was just saying,
No,
like,
you're judging.
if you're gonna have
Don't be judging.
issues with his abnormal skin tone, the fact that it's splotchy is secondary to the fact that it's fluorescent pink. It is magenta. You are the knockoff Blue's Clues.
I don't even see a point using the shield. It does not do me.
Your shield is like a cabinet door.
It is a cabinet door.
Oh.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh. I thought you were confirming that. And I was
It
like,
doesn't
I
touch
did
my
the
back,
thing.
though. Oh, you don't know anything. That's okay though.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
The lesson is never try. I'll just add it
I
to
feel
my
like
collection
that
of
wasn't a very good attack though.
I'll just add it to my collection of things I don't know anything about.
Okay, you can do that.
It's a sizable list. That was you got literally the drop on him.
I did. I know what I'm doing, sort of. Yay! This is like
That's a nice
one of my favorite bosses.
Inconspicuous looking statue. I wonder what you're supposed to do about that.
So remove the sword and he'll be grateful. It's like removing a band-aid.
I wonder if it went this smoothly for King Arthur. Does he actually take damage that early?
Yes.
Wow.
Ow!
So do you.
Dick.
Sorry. I forget that I'm supposed to be like the morale booster.
You're not the morale booster.
Do it. I believe in you. Go sunshine, go.
Fuck you. I'm doing awful. God damn it.
I mean, your first death was at a boss, so there's something to be said for that because I wouldn't have made it past the first enemy at all.
Last time I did that though, I beat him without even trying.
In fact, this game makes me so dizzy when I'm playing it that I probably would be in the corner puking if I was the one doing the playthrough. So,
Yeah. That's nasty. Nasty.
remember when this game was brand new, you were playing it and Charlie was playing it with you?
Oh, he was not very good at it.
I mean, you're on the record saying that.
Huh?
You are on the record saying
Yeah,
that.
but we both were new at it.
Yeah.
So.
It's
and
Dark Souls. Is
neither of
anybody
us had-
actually great at it?
Yes, there's so many people that are amazing at this game that are better than me, infinitely so.
Good for them.
And they're all online, and they'll always fight me when I don't want them to.
Yeah, that's an interesting element that this game has. I'm sure when I listen to this playback, that noise I just made with my nose is gonna be just the worst thing ever.
Yeah, probably. We might have to.
Vaguely snorty. No, I'm leaving it in. I've addressed it. That's because now I can't just take that out. I would have to take out me talking about it, and now just now I would have to take that out too, and it kind of spirals out of control. And I think the vulnerability adds something, something special.
Okay. You do, you do.
You're like, I don't care. My job is to play the game,
Yeah,
and
that's.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh. No, you don't.
He
No, you
has
don't.
something. You got a little schmutz on your back, babe. Just like, let me get it for you.
You don't remember this, do you?
No, what's the thing on his back?
You don't-
I don't remember this. I've seen this like 4 times. Oh, okay, okay. I do remember this. I don't know why it hadn't. That's kind of creepy. It looks like a rat almost.
It's like a giant snake almost, though.
That doesn't look like. It looks like a leech, maybe? A leech with a rat's face?
That's a better way to describe it.
It's the squirrely skin. Although it's not very squirrely. Maybe, a little bit. It's got a rodenty face.
Oh God, Jesus. Oh, poop. Oh, the side's right there. Oh.
Baby steps. You did much better that time than the time before that. So. Oh, don't look at me like that.
It's because I have to talk and play at the same time.
I can talk for the both of us. If
Yeah.
if that's really the issue, if you want to test that theory.
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, I just took it. Nah, whatever. I also I need to remember to use my Estus flasks because I have them.
Oh yeah.
I don't really think I don't have anything because I picked deprived. We don't have anything as deprived individuals. We get nothing. I should have picked the knight. No, I picked sellsword for my first gameplay, but the knight is the best, I think,
So why'd you pick this?
because he's the worst, and I wanted to suffer, I guess.
I mean,
Woo!
on one hand, I feel like our viewers and we deserve the best. But on the other hand, suffering
He's
plus
wonderful.
time equals comedy.
It also reminds me that I'm alive.
I mean, if that's what it takes to make you feel anything.
Nope.
I'll give it to you.
Oh poo.
That wasn't OJ.
No.
That's sweet, sweet Estes.
Well, it was Estus, just for
Oh, right.
which I
Yes.
I don't use magic
I'll,
in this game very often.
File that away. I didn't know there was a difference between the blue vials and the orange ones.
Totally.
Well, I
Why
mean,
do you think there's two different ones?
you don't use magic that often.
I don't use magic at all in this one.
Then why do... Again, it goes back to, I would swear that there was a part of it where it depended what type of magic you were supposed to use on people, but if you don't use magic in this one, it can't be this game.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of a game on this guy.
Probably.
I was playing Shadow of War, and there's guys that are immune to stuff in that, but
The skin texture on this is super creepy.
huh?
The skin texture on the boss.
They're worms.
Oh. That's what it looks like. But it also kind of looks like badly rendered hair.
It's worms. It's supposed to be like worms and
Leeches.
grossness. He's actually a really cool character. He's got like one of the coolest backstories.
Have you ever been bit by a leech?
No, I don't think so. I might have, but like I don't remember.
When I'd go swimming with the guys on my baseball team growing up, like the swimming hole we'd swim in was just full of leeches.
It's because you guys were water people. It was gross.
It was pretty nasty, actually.
Okay.
Once we figured out there were leeches, we didn't swim there, but
So
it took
I
us a
beat
couple
him,
times.
but it took me 3 tries, so I'm a little embarrassed.
I mean,
But
if
whatever.
3 tries is where you draw the line for embarrassment, maybe Dark Souls wasn't the game to start with.
I am alright at this game. I'm not good, but I'm not, like, terrible. Oh, a thing.
This area looks super familiar to me.
Because you've watched me play this a lot.
Is this where I start paying attention usually?
Probably.
Okay, yeah,
Especially if you
no.
don't remember this giant, like, worm dude.
Yeah, I didn't remember the first boss, so this must be where I actually started paying attention. Because if you go up there, there's that staircase, and then there's the...
My nemesis.
Yes, that... Because I definitely remember that. That's why this all looks familiar, is because the not subsequent playthroughs, but the first playthrough you did of this, it took a bit, is how I'm going to phrase it. It took a couple
broke me
tries.
mentally, because I could not figure out how to beat the guy.
It definitely broke your will for a bit.
Yeah, because he hurt me mentally and physically. Because I just couldn't function as a human being anymore, because he kept killing me. And, you know, considering how well I'm playing this round, I'm probably going to have trouble with him as well. Oh, God! But I'm not too sure about that. We'll find out.
What game was it that
We'll
had
wrestle.
they were called Angels?
Angels?
Did I dream this?
More details.
I swear to God.
More details.
There was a swamp level, and there was like the bad guy or the boss in the area was called an angel, and it kept attacking you.
That's this game.
That was this. Was that
Yeah.
in DLC? Is that why?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the
I was like,
something city or whatever.
I
and
feel like I've
didn't-
only seen it once, and you've played it through so many or
Oh,
the
I've only
couple.
played that one once.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. I've
No,
only
I've played
seen
that one twice.
Okay.
I've played that.
That was what I was. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. So yeah. My tangent about or away from Dark Souls turned out to have been about Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Because that's how into this I am.
Totally. You know what's going on.
I
You know the deets.
am laser focused. And
Like a tomahawk missile.
we made that pot of coffee earlier.
Yeah, you want to go fucking pour me a cup of joe?
Maybe between takes, yeah.
Oh, why you talk about takes? We're playing the whole thing.
Not at
Right
once.
now- yeah,
Like we're
right
gonna take
now.
a pause moment for
No-
episodes,
no
right?
peeing, nothing at all.
Actually, in fact,
non-stop.
I think right about now, right before you fight this boss, is a good time.
Well, he's not a boss, but
Or-
I can wait.
Before you fight your nemesis, it's a good time to end the episode.
Okay.
This has been the first episode of Sunshine and Calamity.
And it was a struggle to get to this point.
I gotta say. I
So
feel like it went better than any of the times no one else is ever going to see because I've already deleted them.
if it's shit, I don't care.
I mean, we
it's
have
probably shit.
literally nothing to lose,
Yeah, I'm.
is how I talked you into
fuck
it.
you all. It's good. I think probably not.
I mean, it's fine.
Um,
So, that's episode 1. Come back and see us
Bye.
for more. Bye.